Hello everyone, how are you? So, I hope you're all doing well, and again, I hope you're all staying at peace and staying balanced and staying in alignment with everything that's going on right now, wherever you are in the world. I know that a lot of people are panicking because, you know, there's different things that may or may not take place, but at this point, a lot of things are up in the air right now. Okay? So, on a very physical level, that's what we're all dealing with. It's just a lot of uncertainty. However, I wanted to come on live and share with everyone the details of this major energy shift that happened. And apparently, I'm not the only one who felt it. A few people felt it. A lot of people felt it. So I wanted to come on and discuss that a little bit. And also do a collective reading for you all. I'm going to pull a few cards. I felt guided to do that this morning because you all know that I used to pull cards on Instagram all the time. I don't do it anymore, but once in a while I do feel guided to come on and pull cards either as a collective reading. Last month I did like a card pull for every person who was attending on my Facebook. So once in a while I do feel guided to do stuff like that for you all. So when I feel guided, I do it. Okay. So I'm still a little bit ungrounded from this energy. I'm settling into it a little bit more, but I am still kind of feeling different. I grounded a bit earlier, and that helped. Like before, I was feeling like truly bombarded by the energy. It was a lot in a good way, but it did kind of take me out of my skin a little bit. So yeah, very interesting. So I don't want to wait too long in order to do this. Also, my apartment is very cold right now, so if I stutter a little bit, it's because it's cold. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about this energy. Okay, as you know, we're all kind of like in a state of panic. It's kind of crazy. But last night I received, I hate when people do this when I'm on live. I just don't want to receive, when I get notifications, it distracts me. All right, so this morning, I posted a story about the energetic influx that I received. But what it happened is that the energy really started to come in last night. And I'm going to let you all know about this whole process so you guys can have an idea of what I went through. So last night I was upstairs. Me and my fiance were just kind of hanging out and talking. And while I was up there, I started to feel weird. Like I started to feel a little off physically. So I started to feel a little bit lousy physically. I was feeling kind of like a bit of a heaviness. I was feeling some like little bursts of pain or discomfort in different areas of my chest and my back. And I was like, what is going on? I was like, something is going on. And I've had that feeling before when I'm clearing something. If I'm clearing something really heavy and low, I tend to feel that way. So it's like something's clearing. So I was feeling like that for a little while. Hi, Margaret. How are you? So I was feeling like that for a little while. And then I would say maybe 20 minutes later, and this was last night, about 20 minutes later, I started to feel strange again, but in a different way. So I started to feel the energy of our earth, like I was tuning into the energy of the earth, and it's hard to describe. It's like the energy around me was feeling kind of zigzaggy. So it was feeling kind of like here and there and here and there. It's kind of hard to describe, but it was feeling kind of all over the place, just kind of discordant. But then through that, I started to feel like a big burst of energy come through all of that. And excuse me, and I told my fiance, I was like, something is happening. I was like, something is coming through right now. I was like, I don't know exactly what it is, but there is something emerging right now. And It's crazy. Like, it's strong. And he's like, well, what is it? And I was like, I'm not sure yet. He was asking, is it angels? I was like, it could be. I don't know. At first, it felt very Uriel-like, Archangel Uriel. And Archangel Uriel, if you remember from the video that I posted a while ago on my experience with Archangel Uriel, you'll know that he's a very fiery angel, and he is associated with Earth changes. So when the Earth is going through some sort of cycle or planetary shift or something like that, Archangel Uriel can be associated with that, among other things. But I was still trying to figure out exactly what was going on. And I was like, okay, I let it go for a little bit. So I felt the energy come in, and then within the next couple of minutes after that, I felt like there were beings in the room. I was like, babe, somebody's here. I was like, somebody is in the room. And then he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, somebody. And then I felt it a little bit more. I felt it out a bit more. I was like, actually, no, there's a group of beings in this room. Okay. So I was like, oh my goodness. And I could tell it was a group of beings, and it felt like they were radiating this golden yellow light. And what I heard is that we come with a message. So that's what I heard. We come with a message. And I was like, okay. But I wasn't sure what the message was. Sometimes that happens. You don't really get it right away. So again, I just kind of like let myself feel it, and I let it go. And I went back downstairs, and I sat with this energy a little bit, and then I heard the word Taygeta. And I know that Taygeta is a star in the Pleiades. So I was like, okay, I guess that's where these beings are from. And the thing is, I tried to question it. It's like, maybe I'm making this up, and I couldn't even do that. I was not given the chance to question this information on any level. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to accept it as it is. Okay, these beings, that's where they're from. Hi, Mom, how are you? I hope you're holding up okay over there. Okay, things are crazy everywhere. But yeah, so I had to just accept it. Like, okay, this is where these beings are from. And I sat with it a bit more. One of the things that I felt was this energy of the earth being infused with light. Being infused with light through, I don't know, I guess you could say through the ley lines, through the vortex points on the planet. But it felt like the light took the form of like a grid. Okay, and I felt that being infused in the earth. And another thing that I felt was the energy of light workers being called into action when it comes to the earth's ascension process. Okay, so it feels like ascension, or what these beings were referring to was the ascension that happens on a planetary level, and then light workers helping to support the anchoring in of this energy. Okay, so now also, if you'll remember, I posted a video some time ago, I think it was last year during the summer, about the foundation that will be reseeded into this planet and a generational shift that will be taking place. Hi, Monica. A shift that will be taking place. And I feel that what we're experiencing now, on all levels, even if it's kind of crazy right now, whatever we're experiencing right now is a part of that. It's a part of this kind of like restructuring of the foundation of our planet. So that's what I was feeling, that light workers are being called to action, being called into leadership to uplift humanity. Okay, so even though these beings from Taygeta didn't communicate with me through, let's say, clairaudience, they showed me images, they made me feel feelings, and I was able to receive the message that way. Okay, so I feel what they're saying is that in this time of planetary ascension, it is time for, sorry about that outside, it is time for light workers to step up to the plate and follow their hearts. And typically, when a light worker follows their heart, they're also following their mission, or whatever it is that they've been put on this earth to do. we've been put on this earth to follow our joy, to follow what it is that our heart is asking us to do. And that's how we serve the planet, by following our hearts. So I wanted to say, there was another being that stepped through, another energy that had stepped through at the time, and it was Saint Francis of Assisi. Okay, and I thought that was very interesting because I feel that's exactly what he's about. Okay, now of course a lot of people associate Saint Francis of Assisi with animals, and of course if you love animals very much, then maybe part of your calling is to work with animals and to help animals and to heal them. So it could resonate on that level. But I also feel that St. Francis of Assisi came in to assist those that feel called to be of service, okay? So anyone that feels called to be of service, St. Francis of Assisi may very well be working with you to get that going, okay? And to help you take things to the next level, all right? So a lot of this came through last night. And I just felt that once I received that information, it felt a little bit different than what I usually feel when I get like transmissions and stuff, but it just felt like I was just surrounded in light at that point. And I was like, okay, I need some time to process this, you know, because I'm not exactly sure what it is. I kind of know what it is, but I don't know how it's going to affect me. So this morning when I got up, I was like, oh yeah, something definitely shifted. You know, and let me tell you guys, I was actually considering deleting the first story that I had posted about this transmission because I was like, oh, well, it's personal. It doesn't really have anything to do with anybody else. I am very glad that I didn't delete it because it is completely relevant to what's going on a global scale. All right. So this morning when I woke up, I was completely sure that something has shifted in the atmosphere of this planet. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect things in terms of what we're experiencing now with this chaos, but I'll let you guys know that, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I do not feel when it comes to the effect on, how can I say this? Basically what I'm saying is I don't feel like it's going to be as bad as people are saying it is. I think it's bad enough right now, and I feel so bad for those people that have had to lose loved ones or those that they themselves have had to leave this planet. I mean, it sucks for the people that are left behind, not so much for the people that have departed. They don't care. But you know, I feel bad for them. But if we're looking at going forward, I feel that what a lot of people are projecting, it may not be as bad as what people are projecting. And I feel like with this energetic shift, that it may support things actually getting better, you know, or that's what I would hope. But something definitely shifted last night and people are feeling it this morning. So like I had posted in my Instagram post, and I posted on Facebook, is that whatever light came in last night, it charged up the Earth's crystalline or light grid, and it helped to energize these like vortex points. What I was shown was like different sacred sites around the planet, okay, being activated and charged, and then also light workers around the globe being activated. So it's like different levels of activation happening. So we're all being prepared for, I mean, we have this shift, but there's so many more shifts happening within this big collective shift that we're going through right now. I mean, I feel like at this point, like I can't even, I'm still being aware of what's going on, but I personally I can't connect to what's going on a deep level, like beyond a certain point. Like my focus is on the grand order, the grand scheme of things. Not so much on what we can see. It's, you know, with the physical eye, more so what we're not able to see, more so what we're able to feel within our hearts. If we allow ourselves to move beyond fear and move beyond worry on deep levels. I just feel like things will be shifting soon, in a way that we actually can see. Um, so I'm actually really looking forward to it. And like I said, I feel like they gave me some sort of upgrade last night because I felt it last night, but this morning the energy felt so much lighter. So I do feel like the Earth's vibration stepped up a bit, stepped up the notch. And I also feel for myself that my vibration went up. It almost feels like a mindset change. Something with my mindset has shifted. And some of you may also feel that way. And that's what this energy did. I don't know what part of me has changed, but it could be maybe the way I relate to things, maybe the way I relate to experiences. So just be cognizant and aware of what's going on in your mind, body, and spirit over the next few days, okay? Because something shifted last night and it was big. All right? So, hi, Crystal. I saw you, but I didn't want to stop talking and then lose my train of thought. So what I want to do now, actually, is I want to pull some cards. I'm pretty excited. At first, I had something in mind, like I had a certain deck that I wanted to use, but then I saw this deck peeking out of my container that's actually overflowing with oracle cards. One day, maybe I'll show you guys. It's ridiculous. I saw this deck peeking out, and I felt this would be perfect. It's the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. And I think this deck will be perfect for pulling cards from because I think it's a good balance of earth and ether, okay? Because I feel like with these changes going on, I mean, it's really impacting our planet. So I feel like we have the keepers of the earth, the guardians of the earth that are with us right now, our ancestors, as well as our angels and our galactic guides. Okay, so I feel like this is a really good balance of both. And I feel like it'll be good for that balanced insight. All right, so you guys ready? I'm curious. Oh, I'm excited. I'm curious to see what's going to come out. I feel like I want to pull maybe 4 cards, but we'll see what happens. I just move with spirit and allow them to guide me. One thing I want to say too in relation to the Instagram post is that some of you may feel guided to move in a new direction, or you may feel as though a new path has opened up for you. So maybe before, where you felt trapped in your situation, maybe you'll realize, like, you know what? No, there's another option. There's an adjacent possibility. Or, you know what? My options aren't as limited as I thought they were. So it feels like something may shift in that sense, where there's a change in direction, or something may shift in your mind that then manifests in a physical way and opens up a door for you. I feel like, you know, Spirit wants us to know that we do have the ability to choose, okay? We have the ability to make a choice, and that's part of the ascension process, is coming into the awareness that with every choice and decision we make, we are creating our reality, okay? So I feel like Spirit wants us to know that we have the ability to break free. We are not trapped in our situation, okay? So I just wanted to touch upon that. All right, so I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm excited. All right. It's calling upon God and Goddess, the creators of all that is, from the highest vibration of love and light. Also calling upon our galactic guides, our spiritual team, from the highest vibration of love and light, to come through for us today and transmit messages that will serve our highest and best good right now. What is it that we all need to know at this time that will serve our highest and best good during this time of change and transformation? Okay. You know what? There's a card on the bottom that I want to pull out, and I'm just going to do it. And then we have 3 cards on top that I'm going to pull as well. I'm very curious to see what comes out. I'm going to start with the card on the bottom. All right. Okay. So the card that we got from the bottom is the Moon. Okay. And the message there is take note of intuitive messages. So what I'm hearing right now is that you may notice during this time that your intuition is heightened, okay? So pay attention to anything that may emerge or may come up intuitively, whether through your gut feelings. To me, it feels like it might be like clairsentience or claircognizance. It may be very strong in your body. So you may feel like chills, or you may feel like a sense of pulling in your gut. You know, you may feel just a sense of knowing. So I feel like Spirit is asking us all to pay attention to any sort of intuitive messages that we might receive during this time. I feel also, because this is a time of transition, the veil is a little bit thin right now, and you may also feel extra sensitive. You may feel extra vulnerable. So what I am also seeing and hearing and feeling and getting a sense of is to take that time to take care of your own needs. So if you feel like you need to kind of like pull back, you know, and just kind of like, I mean, we're kind of doing that anyway, you know, kind of social distancing. But, you know, this isn't just about physical. This is about even on social media. If you're talking to people through Messenger or texting, if you feel like you need to take time out for yourself to just, you know, be to yourself and be with your own energy, please do that. You know, it just feels like right now the energies are really, really heightened, really sensitive. So don't be afraid to take time out for yourself. All right, let me see what else is here in this card, and then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull this card or not, but because all the cards are turned over right now besides this one. But I'm getting the sense of the magical guardian coming in too. So that feels to me like there is some information, knowledge, or wisdom that will be emerging from deep within you very soon. So pay attention to that too. You may be getting information in your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Okay? So all these, you'll be receiving signs, warnings, messages. Pay attention to all these things. Okay? All right, next card. Ooh, this is interesting. The Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Whoa. Okay. All right. So let me sit with this. What I get the sense of first and foremost, and then I'll sit with it a little bit more, is Spirit is asking you to get deep down into the foundation of who you are. Okay. So it almost makes me feel like, what are your most primal feelings? What is it that you're going back to anytime you're in a particular situation? You know, if something happens where there's a certain level of uncertainty or you don't know what's going to happen, are you tracking back to fear? You know, what are you using as your main navigation system? Okay, so Spirit, I feel with this card first and foremost, is that Spirit wants you to tune into yourself and seeing how are you handling things? How are you handling situations? You know? And where, if you are handling situations through fear, where is this coming from? What I heard too is it even yours? Is it your fear? Or is it fear from others that you're absorbing? Is it fear that you've been programmed with from when you were a kid? And is there anything really to be afraid of? Is there any true reason to have this fear? Let's see what else. Oh man, okay, so the message I'm getting is Spirit is going to be helping you to tap into your ancestral patterns. Okay, this is ancestral work. This is why I wanted to use this deck. I feel like it's really powerful. This is ancestral work that Spirit is going to be helping a lot of us with. Okay, so we can clear out all these old memories that some are maybe just a part of our ancestral line. Okay, so, you know, I feel like that's what this is about. We're going to be getting clear on a lot of things that we have within us that have been part of our makeup for a long time, that maybe now it's time to clear it out and get clear on where all this stuff is actually coming from. Okay? What I'm getting the sense of too is Spirit is saying what you must understand is that many years ago, things were very different. Things were very different. The way your ancestors navigated through life was different, and they felt like the way they navigated through life was what they needed to do for their survival, okay? But in this time, we are not in a position where we have to live that way, okay? We are progressing, we're growing, we're shifting, we're changing, we're ascending. We don't have to live based on survival anymore. As a matter of fact, when we live based on survival, we end up acting in such a way that is detrimental to our own welfare, our own well-being, okay? This is the message from Spirit, is that we must change the way in which we are navigating through our lives, okay? Because it is what determines the outcome, okay? So, big message from Spirit there. All right, moving on. Oh my God, I love this card. Y'all know this is a soft spot for me. Star Ancestor. Yes. Freaking hell. Sorry, but I love it because you know what I was just saying about these beings from the Pleiades coming through and helping. I love it. Okay. Whew. Oh, I'm excited. All right, so it says, follow the voice of your soul. Wow, so beautiful, so beautiful. I have to sit with this. I'm too excited now. I have to calm down. Oh, give me a second. I feel like, oh man, this is so beautiful because I feel like much of this has to do with the voice of your heart. And if you watch my videos or you watch my lives, you'll know that I've said in the past that your heart is the portal to your soul, okay? So I like to see this, to see the heart as being almost like a tunnel, you know, so you can access, let's say, the gateway of your heart, which is just the very outside, but then the deeper you go into your heart, you pass a threshold where you move into your soul. I mean, it's not exactly ABC like that. It's kind of mixed up. You know, you're always, as long as you're tuning into your heart, you're accessing your soul, but you have clear access to your soul the deeper you go into your heart, okay? So yeah, I mean, I feel that's part of the message here. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. We have been watching over you for lifetimes. Now that is amazing. That's one of the messages. We have been watching over you for lifetimes. We have been guiding you for lifetimes. Okay? And how can I say this? I don't want to think about it too much. But they're showing me almost like this sense of navigation that they're giving you. And the navigation comes through the voice of your soul. So when you tune into your soul, you're tuning into your higher self. You're tuning into the guidance of the universe. You're tuning into this divine intelligence. Okay? So they're asking you to tune into your wisdom, aka tune into their wisdom. All the same thing. Okay? I feel like they're saying there's the sense of you being encoded from the very beginning with the information that you need for this lifetime, since this is what you're aware of right now, is this lifetime. I'm trying to see what else, because I love the way they're doing this. It's absolutely beautiful. They're bringing through downloads of information. Some of this you guys might see as being secrets. Okay, it's not really a secret, but you may perceive it that way. Something that has been unknown to you on a conscious level. That is something that's already within you, that you have access to. So your star family just wants you to know that they are guiding you every step of the way. One of the things that stands out to me too is the 3 stars right above his head, okay? Which says to me that Spirit also wants you to pay attention to the energy surrounding your crown chakra and any um, influxes of energy that you receive through your crown. Okay? So now when you receive information through your crown, that tends to come through as just a knowing. It's something that you just know. You may also feel, with the sense of knowing, a gut feeling. So a lot of our abilities tend to work in unison. They work together. So especially like when you start tuning into like your main ability that's like the strongest, then your other abilities will start to grow too, and then they start working together. Okay? So just know that I heard we're working side by side with you. Okay? Amazing. Beautiful message. All right, so this is the last card. Let's see. Ooh, listen. Look at that. The High Priestess. Oh, I love it. And oh my gosh, look at the Egyptian thing. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love how both of those have the Egyptian theme to them. So the High Priestess talks about harness mystic power. So as I look at this card, I sense the energy of Isis. I sense the energy of the divine feminine within these cards, within this card specifically. What I get the sense of, what they're saying, is to be mindful of your focus. What are you focusing on? Okay? Because it's your focus that will bring forth manifestation. Okay? So I just feel like what they're saying is focus your attention on what you desire. Okay? Keep yourself focused on what it is that you would like to achieve. You know, this is amazing because I feel like the message here is of remembrance. Remembering who you are. Remembering what your abilities are. Remembering the power that you've had throughout other lifetimes that is here for you now. Okay? I just keep, what I keep hearing is memory that is activating right now. It's amazing. All right, I'm just going to sit with this a little bit more. It just feels to me like there's this energy of creation that happens through your thoughts and intentions. But what they say is that in order for you to truly manifest in a clear way, your intention has to be clear. Okay? So it's keeping yourself focused on what you actually are wanting and not so much what you don't want or what the the bad things that may happen. Now, what I'm seeing too is that for some of you, it's not just this expression of the High Priestess. For some of you, it may manifest through, let's say, I keep spitting. I'm too excited. It may manifest through doing magic that's earth-based. So for you, like for some people, it may be like Wicca or witchcraft. For some people, you know, it may be a different tradition. But I see this energy of, how can I say this? Working with the elements, bringing different elements together. So you may use the power of your thought, combined with, let's say, the power of your voice, your ability to manifest through the words that you speak. Let's say, combined with you writing. Okay, journaling, writing down what it is that you desire. You may combine that with something else, with, let's say, candle magic, or, you know, you may manifest through going outside and writing an intention and burying it. You know, so I just get the sense of working with the elements to bring something about. And I also get the sense of what they're saying is too, is to remember that just as much as you are a physical being, you are a spiritual being. And I know you've heard that over and over again. But I just feel like it's so important right now because we can't forget either one. Both of them are super important. Okay? And I just want to say too that I've been focusing on grounding more. And let me tell you, it has amplified my spiritual connection. Sorry, a great deal. Okay? So I feel like this is about remembering your connection and utilizing your power to create the reality that you desire. Now, I feel guided to kind of like look at all of these together and see um, like what the overall message is. What I get the sense of is that we are progressing from being in fear to being in our power. Okay? Because I feel that fear is not our power. Like, fear is a natural reaction as a human being, but it's disempowering. When we're fearful, we are not in our power. Okay? And when we're fearful, we can do crazy things. Okay? And we're also not able to think straight. We're not able to tune into the energy of our hearts to the point where we're able to know what decision, what choice is going to serve us the best at any given time. So what I feel is that the energy right now is helping us to work on a deep level, on a deep cellular level, to root out those fears, to root out anything, just beyond what's happening right now. Beyond what's happening right now with this whole crazy chaos that's happening in the world. What I'm like trying to like organize my thoughts here. Beyond that, it's also rooting out anything that may trigger fear within us, anything that may hold us back from pursuing our dreams, from pursuing our goals, to making passion a priority, to making our happiness a priority. What is holding us back? And I feel that, you can see it this way, that what's going on right now is triggering us to look deeper into our fear programming. Okay? It's helping us to look deeper. I'm telling you, I just feel like the energy of our ancestors is really coming into focus right now, and seeing that how as a collective we're still operating on this fear-based mentality, and it's not needed. Okay, you can do what you need to do for yourself without all that. I'll just say that, and I said that before, I'll say it again. You do what you need to do without all of that. So I feel like this is a progression from moving from a fear-based state to navigating through the heart space, tuning into our ancient wisdom, our sense of knowing, our galactic predecessors, right? And then utilizing our powers to create the reality that we desire, understanding that we are spiritual beings living in a physical world. And because of this connection that we have to everything, we have the ability to choose and to create what it is that we want to see. So this kind of brings everything back to the messages that we got before about choosing a new direction. Spirit wants to help us to see that we do not have to live in fear. We do not have to live in extreme worry. We do not have to live in our survival center or our root chakra. We need a balance of everything, right? So we do not have to live that way. There is no one forcing us to live that way. We have the ability to choose to live our lives differently. Okay? So I think that this is absolutely powerful for us right now. Okay? I want to see if there's any other last messages that they might have. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's what we're dealing with right now. That is what we're being gifted with right now, is an opportunity to choose a different path, to live our lives differently, to live based on our soul. Okay? This is some amazing energy that's coming through for us right now. Okay? So I hope you all enjoyed that reading. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I'm going to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you before I log off here. There's other stuff I want to share, but I want to make another video. Maybe I'll just make a video and post it as opposed to going live about it. I don't know. So the last thing that I'll say to you all is that pay attention to your hearts. Pay attention to what it is that brings you joy. Not just now, at any time. What brings you joy at every single moment, every second of the day? Live within your joy. Pay attention to what makes you happy, okay? Do not stay informed, but have limits on that. And do not allow yourself to get so immersed in the information and the numbers and the statistics and all this other stuff that you lose sight of what's happening on all levels, not just what you can see with your physical eyes. Because on the grander scheme of things, there's a lot happening, and I feel it's good. Okay? So I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm so happy that I could come on and do this for you. So you can, I'm going to post this on YouTube like I always do. I like being able to spread the word. I don't know. I might even post this on my personal page. But I hope you all enjoyed it. And for now, make sure you're drinking lots of water, especially if you're feeling the effects of this energetic shift. Drink lots of water. Ground. Make sure you're grounding every day and checking in regularly throughout the day to see if you need to reground. And just stay in peace. Stay in love and joy. Okay? Thanks, Mom. Oh, yeah, I'm staying safe. I'm not really going out unless I have to, you know. So I hope you're staying safe, too. So I will see you all next time, maybe in the next few days. And I send you all my love and support and appreciation and gratitude. Take care. Bye-bye.